Brynley Farr from Byfarr Design. She has 6 minutes to tell you about her business and what she's been up to. So please welcome Miss Brynley Farr.
Thank you so much for having me here. So I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of like where I'm from, what we're doing, like kind of how we got here, and where we're going. And so I look forward to answering all questions from you, any that you have, because I'm going to kind of skim the surface, but don't be afraid to go deep with any questions that you have, because I look forward to answering those. So I am the founder and owner of Byfarr Design, but I like to say like I'm just the owner, but I'm going to show you some special people that make Byfarr possible. So in the beginning, it's kind of how did I start Byfarr and why? I never sought to start my own company. And can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. So I graduated from the University of South Carolina in 2007. Go Gamecocks. I'm proud Gamecock. From there, I waited tables all through college. And I would get asked, why am I going to USC? What am I doing there? And I was like, oh, I'm going for design school. And so people would ask if they could have a business card. And so I would give them, with permission from my manager, my business card. And so I started steadily building this freelance company that I didn't even realize I was doing. I was just designing for people. And I loved it. From there, I got my first full-time job in school, and I was doing design for a political group. Not something I necessarily wanted to do. That wasn't my vision, but I was learning a lot for design. From there, someone asked me to be a marketing director for a sports complex, and I did that for a few years, got to have some fun with some skate parks, and doing some extreme sports, things like that. And from there, I taught. I had this real passion for teaching. And I really wanted to share what I knew. And so I was thinking about going to get my MFA to teach. And so I had this split. I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? And so I asked a lot of people if they'd let me teach for them. A lot of people said no, and a couple of people said yes. So I went to go teach and share share whatever I knew at that time. I also found an MFA design up in New York. They had like a 2-week trip that I could go on and learn more. And I wanted to see if by going there, if I wanted to actually commit to 2 years to getting my design and MFA. Because here, I would have to go to New York to get that. That's not something that's common here in Columbia. So I went to Venice and Rome for 2 weeks. I took off work, not paid, and went. And I fell in love with design all over again. And I found my why. So I came back, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do more school. I want to design. And the Barca de Venezia is actually Boats of Venice. It was my project that I did there, and they asked if they could produce it and sell it by a paper company in Venice. And that gave me what I needed to say, you know what, this is what I love, this is what I do. So I came back and took the leap of faith, because I was working 100 hours, and my husband's like, hey, you don't have to do this. I was like, but I don't know anything else. I mean, because in school I was designing and I was going to school. So I didn't know that I didn't need to work 100 hours, or I just loved it that much. And so I was like, well, I can't give up Byfarr. And so that's when I had to take that leap. And that was very scary. But I built a group of people that gave me certificates of appreciation called money that would allow me to continue. So this photo, I look a lot different. So that was 8 years ago when we rented this place, and I actually went to the landlord. I was like, I don't have much money, and I know that you're asking for a good bit for this place, but I knew I didn't need too much square feet, so it's 1,100 square feet. We're still there, and we're bursting at the seams. But this is kind of the early on stages of me talking to a group of people that came, and we always like to have open doors for people to come into Byfarr. So that's in the beginning, how, like, the why. And that might be a little confusing, but hopefully, so everything we do is centered around people at Byfarr. The reason why we do it is our clients. So first my team, second my clients. And this is what we get to do. We get to do branding, we get to do marketing. We have some water sports things that we do. Stemming from that extreme sports background, we do websites, we do letterpress printing, we do Fig magazine, and we do wedding design, like wedding invitation design. So like I said, this is not a traditional team photo, but this was from a couple weeks ago at the State Fairgrounds. We launched our Fig magazine, which is a quarterly publication, but this is our design team, or our team that makes everything happen. And I'm grateful for these people. This is my why of what I get to do. I get to serve, they've chosen to come along with me on this journey, and so I'm just so grateful to them. So this is my team. And I'm so excited for them. Like, I can't wait to make all of their dreams come true. You might be familiar with Fig. It's a quarterly publication and kind of telling you like how this happened. I was at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Is that the 6 minutes? Okay, no.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Well,
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was on for actually a photo shoot that I did a media buy for Fig. So I did not start Fig. I want to say that quickly. But the person that started it came to me and asked me to take it over in Columbia, and we have grown it, and we have another city which is Aiken. So we can go ahead and start questions if we need to, but that's kind of Fig.
How much more do you have?
That's it.
Okay.
So where are we going? So the 1,100 square feet, this is what's coming fall. We're going to be in Cottontown, right near Inda. So where you get your coffee on Sumter Street, that's where we're going to be, and this is where we're going. So kind of tripling our space, still serve it. We're just able to serve more, grow our team. That's where we're going. So.
All right, give her a round of applause.